Hey everybody, it's Irritable Life again, and today is Positivity Tuesday, which means I have two more motivations for you to get you through the week. This is from the newspaper that I mentioned to you. I've been doing it for 2 weeks now. This is the third. It's called the Especialito. It's really, really good. I mentioned before it has health tips, it's gossip and everything, just like all newspapers do. But it has this little list. And it's really good. It's a nice reminder, when you need it. Sometimes you just need a reminder, not a kick in the pants, but just a nice, gentle reminder of how you can better take care of yourself mentally daily, on a daily basis, especially if you're feeling down or you're having a less than stellar moment in your life. So in this one, before I keep going, there are 7 for the 7 days of the week, but that would take too long. So I figured at least 2 Tuesdays. I figure that's the easiest day for me to do it. So at least 2. You can basically use the same one every single day. Kind of like a little mantra every morning. Get up and say, like Stuart Smalley. Just look in the mirror and say, I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. If you do little things like that, as silly and cheesy as it sounds, your day may go just a little bit better, just by being just a tad bit positive or changing your routine a little bit. You might see a difference. But let's get to it. All right, so I will translate. Number 2. Okay, so that one's one of the ones that stood out to me. Hacer algo nuevo te ayudará a sentirte mejor. Aumentará tu felicidad. All right, so hacer algo nuevo is doing something new will help you feel a little bit better. It will make you more happy. So it'll add to your happiness, or make you happy if you're not happy. And I think that's totally true. I mean, my new thing, when I had started doing these videos, I can't remember if it was last year or this year, whatever it was. I had started doing these videos, and that was my new thing, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It was a task trying to edit things, because I basically do this on my phone. That's all I have. I do have a camera, but you have to upload it, and there's just not enough time. So I figured, what would be a quick way but efficient way to do this? And it was on my phone. And that was a new thing. And it really did fill me with joy. Other different things, can be as simple as maybe a leisurely cup of coffee or a tea, like adding some extra time during your day before you leave for work to actually have a cup of coffee nice and calmly. And instead of looking through your phone, add something new. New meaning looking through the newspaper or reading a book. That can be new in the sense that that's not something that's part of your routine. Or maybe it was, but it hasn't been in a really long time, which, let's face it, we don't really read that much, like physical things these days. Everyone's on their phone. You see them on the train. I don't know what we did without technology, right? But anything new, think of something. Google things. You can Google anything these days. So there's hobbies, there's plenty of things that you can do that may not take that much time, that is cheap, free, whatever. There's something for everybody out there. So definitely try to think of something new, even a small thing. If it's taking a walk during lunch hour, if you normally do that. If you're always running errands, maybe take some time for yourself to, as they say, stop and smell the flowers. Some people say, oh, yeah. But you know what? It actually may help, like just going out in nature. In New York City, there's not much nature around, but you do what you can, just step out of your comfort zone. My mom used to tell me, well, this was for safety reasons that her dad told her, but, never take the same route home every single day. And obviously this is a different situation, but, it's good to change things up. Maybe if you do take a different route home, or instead of going down the same street, cross the street, maybe go down an extra block, you may catch something. You may see something that you didn't see before, never noticed before, go in a different route. You never know how your day is going to be if you just change up your routine just a little bit. Add something new, do something different. Kind of like Ross Geller from Friends. The new thing to do that day. He started out, what did he do? He got leather pants. Each person actually from the cast, they were doing something new. Monica was taking pictures. Joey wanted to learn the guitar. So it's little things. I mean, it was a funny episode, but the point is there. Just do something new. You don't have to go get leather pants, but you can do something different. Use your imagination. You never know what happiness it'll bring you once you open your mind to new opportunities or new things that you can do that you may never have considered before. Pottery, basket weaving, the sky's the limit. So that's one of them. The other one is, and this one I can identify with, and I always tell you that when I do these things, most of them I can identify with, and that's what I like to touch on, because I can give my own experiences and maybe help somebody who's going through the same thing and help myself in the process. So, tú eres una persona extraordinaria. Recuérdalo cada mañana al levantarte de la cama. This is kind of touching on Stuart Smalley's thing, from Saturday Night Live, where he would look in the mirror, like I mentioned before, and say he's good enough, smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like him. Because this is basically saying you are an extraordinary person. Remember that every time you wake up in the morning. So as soon as you wake up from bed in the morning, that's the first thing you should tell yourself. And I'm telling you, and I need to practice what I'm reading. Because I've mentioned in videos past that I tend to hate on myself. Different situations, different moments, different obstacles, complications, situations, issues, whatever, you name it. I have gone down that road where I'm like, gosh, Ilya, you are so stupid. It happens. It happens. We are our own worst critic, and it is true. But then you have moments. You have moments like this, where I was starting to do videos and I was really feeling great about myself. I was like, oh my gosh. So I would wake up in the morning. I wouldn't give myself any affirmations, but I would feel better mentally because of that new thing that I was doing. As far as keeping with, what they're saying here, it's a good thing to practice, kind of like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, maybe even doing your makeup, putting on some jewelry, whatever. I think it's a good thing to incorporate this in your routine, like meditation. You're doing something for yourself, and it's good to do something like that. I'm going to start doing it tomorrow, actually, now after reading that, because, as they say, if you're feeling crappy, just put a smile on your face, and it kind of tricks you into feeling like you're fine. So I think in this case, I think that's probably, it's not tricking yourself, but these morning affirmations or kudos to yourself can be about pretty much anything. Like I said, sky's the limit. You're only limited by your imagination. You can say anything you want when you wake up in the morning. You could wake up in the morning and you could very well pull a Stuart Smalley and say, you know what, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and blah, blah, blah. You can do that. You could totally do that. At the very least, it'll make you laugh, right? But you could do other things. You can wake up in the morning and say, I'm a rock star and I'm going to own this day. You could wake up in the morning and say, oof, I own the room. You could be the only one in the room, but you could say that. Wake up, look in the mirror and say, oh, my hair looks great today. Oh, I love my color. Oh, my eyes look nice. Anything, literally anything positive about yourself. And then once you start, you get the ball rolling. Not only will you expand the affirmations you have of yourself, but you'll end up most likely feeling better about yourself every single day, and then everything else should fall into place. How do I know? I don't. I don't, because I don't do it, but I'm going to start doing it, which is why I'm bringing it up, which is why these little things are amazing, because they're things that you forget about, you don't realize, you don't think about those little things. Maybe somebody told you in passing or you read it somewhere, but you don't actually put it into action. So with this reminder, I'm definitely going to put it into action, and I'm going to do this tomorrow. So I'll let you know what my affirmation is. I have no idea what I'm going to say in the morning, but you know what? You could even put it on your alarm. If you have a phone alarm or something, normally I will put it on my calendar, and you know, the little thing alarm will pop up with whatever reminder you have, and maybe you can have them have that affirmation in your reminder pop up, like, you know, carpe diem, which is seize the day, you rock star, or whatever. But like I said, sky's the limit, and that's it for today. I hope these get you through the week, and you can always check out more tips and food recipes on irritablelife.com. But I truly hope you have a wonderful week.